Well, okay. I previously did my Game Boy collection. Now I just want to show the games that I've acquired over the years, and some of them are fairly recent. Let's start with the old school classic Game Boy. Um, Stargate. I recently acquired that at one of those local, well, not local, but one of those old game stores. They have them all displayed in a case. Of course, Stargate. I played it. It's actually not what I wanted it to be. It actually turned out to be some sort of puzzle game when I thought it was an action game. Totally my fault. I usually research games before I purchase it, but once I saw something with Stargate on it, I didn't even think. I bought it. Okay. Next game. James Bond 007. I purchased this several years ago. Actually, I bought this brand new. It had a box. I believe I have the box somewhere else. It even came with one of those old classic Game Boy case plastic holders. But I don't keep it in there anymore because it just doesn't mesh nicely with the rest of the games. It's compatible with the Super Game Boy. It has that little icon. I actually played this from beginning to end. Very nice game, very involved. However, I did have to go and look at an FAQ for it. Ring Rage. This is another one of the games that I purchased without thinking. It's just a mindless punch kick game. You're in a ring, and you just punch and kick as hard as you can, and see who wins. I believe I finished this to completion. You have to go through several tournaments. It was very nice, I guess. Well, I wasn't satisfied. This one, I recently acquired this one at a flea market. It's a game that originally came, I think, boxed with the original Game Boy, the Super Mario Land. Loved it. I still have to finish it though because, since I recently acquired it, I played it. One of my old friends, I think 20 years ago. I remember the first day he had the Game Boy. It was like the day after he bought it. He brought it to school, and he showed everyone. I managed to get like a few minutes with it. I was like, it was amazing, amazing. The next one I have here is the Hunt for Red October. This one actually brings a lot of memories for me because that same friend also had this game. It's a submarine hunt game. Well, it's fairly difficult if you don't have a Game Genie. I don't have a Game Genie, but I think there are some codes that you can put in there for invincibility, I believe. I have not yet finished it, but I made it pretty far. This is actually given to me by one of my good friends, Frank. One of those nostalgia conversations we had actually spawned this. This one is another one of my recent acquirements. RoboCop. I have the NES version, which is basically almost identical to this one, other than this was black and white, and the graphics are a bit choppier. It's a very good game. Still have to complete it. This one, I didn't realize that there was a Street Fighter 2 for Game Boy. Immediately after inserting it into the Game Boy and start playing it, all the basic elements of Street Fighter 2 are in it. I say very basic elements because since the Game Boy only has two buttons per se to do anything, you can't really do much. However, it's still a bizarre find for me because I never realized they actually made this. This one, I believe, is a favorite of most. One of the original set of games that were released for the Game Boy, Super C. This is one of the games I played most out of all of them simply because of the fact that it's an action game, straightforward, just kill things, and I've beaten it. Very satisfying game. Tetris. I actually have two copies. One of the recent ones I've recovered. I have two. This one is actually mint condition. This is the one. I believe this was the packing game too. Well, I think I made a mistake then. Super Mario Land was not a packing game. It was this one, Tetris. Got this from a flea market. Very nice find. There's very not much to say about it because pretty much if you're watching this, you've played it. This next one, Final Fantasy Legend. Very nice game. I managed to play a few minutes of it because I actually don't have too much time to actually sit down and play a good RPG. As I've gotten older, I've noticed that RPGs actually appeal to me more than action games, just because of the thought process that goes in with them. Mega Man, another satisfying game, straightforward. Everyone who's played Mega Man knows the formula. Choose a boss. Well, choose a level with X box. Sorry, with an X boss. You fight them, gain their ability, and go on to the next one. Straightforward. This one I recently acquired, actually by chance. I actually went to a thrift store, and they had this in a bag. I decided to get it because I love, picking and choosing these Game Boy anomalies. This is a handy game. Now, if you look at the script on here, this is like a little, I believe, Chinese script. Now, this actually, every time you hit power on it, the game switches. So the first one, I believe, is Mahjong, which is no good to me because even everything is in those Chinese letters. There's 4 other games. I can't seem to get the hang of it. I've opened it up. This is obviously not an original Game Boy because it doesn't have the classic symbolism there. I've also got another one. I forgot to pull it out of my Super Game Boy. This also I acquired through a thrift store. I actually use this one as a test cartridge for my Game Boy, like the Super Game Boys that I got. Reason why? I don't like football. NFL football. If anything really happens to this cartridge, I don't care. But it works. So, there's a little crack there. The sticker's kind of messed up. But the game works. Well, that's